What's up, everybody? I'm TJ.
And I'm Kelsey, and we are
the Nashville Wine Duo. Isn't it like B-E-E-T?
Yeah, you got it.
Beethoven.
Yeah, that's Beethoven.
I got Beethoven vibes going on. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Season 2 of the Nashville Wine Duo podcast.
We were just talking about TJ's hair.
I'm growing it out.
He's growing it out.
I'm growing it out for season 2.
He's got some
and
Beethoven vibes.
Kels is saying I've got Beethoven vibes going on.
You know what, though? Looking at these pictures, Beethoven was like kind of going against the grain.
Really?
Like all these dudes had like the curls and the ringlets in their hair, and he was like, I'm just gonna let my hair be like freaking wild, and I'm gonna look like a maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some Beethoven in me then, because I'm like going against the grain.
You are. Well, not
Yeah.
really. I mean, that's kind of more common nowadays. Like I'm talking about like back then they had like the tight ringlets on the side of their head.
I might bring
The
back
wigs.
the ringlets.
I know. I think that they all wore wigs, and Beethoven was just
Yeah.
like, screw that. I'm gonna have wild hair and like play the piano.
Real hair.
Yeah.
So I am. You're gonna hear me munching on some popcorn here, but we were sent some of this Ella's popcorn, and it's gourmet specialty popcorn, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it later,
It's the
but
snickerdoodle one you're eating right now,
I'm
right?
eating the snickerdoodle with this wine that we're gonna talk about later, and the pairing is just blowing my mind.
So you want to
right
wait
now.
to talk about it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, but I am gonna. You're gonna hear me snacking on popcorn throughout this podcast.
Okay, just you can chew with your mouth closed. You don't have to have it be crunchy munch.
I was just doing that for dramatic effect, but
Okay.
it's really good.
It is really good. I had some too, and I actually don't have a sweet tooth.
You
but I
actually
really liked
don't,
it.
yeah. And you were like, "This is really good."
Yeah. So
cheers to the new year, 2023, babe.
Cheers to
new season,
2023.
new year.
I feel like I remembered when it was like, we gonna party like it's 1999.
Oh man.
And then I was like Y2K and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like that feels like yesterday.
Feels like 20 years ago.
No. That was 23 years ago.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I was 13 years old. No, I was 12.
Were you 12?
Yeah, 12.
I was probably like 9.
Yeah, because I'm 35 now, so I was 12.
I was probably like 9 years old, 10 years
You
old.
were older.
So I was just a young boy.
You were older
just
than
a
me.
young boy?
No, you would have been in your 20s.
No.
Yes, you're older than me.
Let's not.
Okay, you want to keep it a secret.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
So yeah, we've been up to a lot of fun things.
Oh, we took a break.
Yeah, we took a break.
We hit the pause button on the podcast,
which is like taboo in the digital world today to take breaks. I think
a lot of people though take breaks during
They
the holiday
need to.
seasons.
They need to.
And we did, and it was good. We definitely missed the podcast though.
Yeah, we did. We have a lot of fun doing this. Like, I don't think we do it to try to like have this like, oh, let's like become big from our podcast or have, it's actually just more of like a fun. I think this is the funnest thing that I think we've started to do because we just enjoy talking and dialoguing and the people and the place. Stop.
I'm sorry.
The people that we met last year, like all the opportunities that we had through the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Were so cool.
Looking back at all the people that we got to interview and talk to and meet just through the podcast was unbelievable.
Awesome. Yeah.
And so I'm so excited about this.
So any of you that are listening that you were on the show last year, we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was like that was like the highlight of our year.
Definitely. And this year is going to be even better. And we might have even some of the same people that we had last year revisiting with updates, and it's going to be fun.
Yes.
And new people.
I can tell you're excited because TJ, he's a very big like gesture person. So like if back in the day, another thing, he would be looking like Beethoven with the hair, but he would also be the court gesture. But like not in the gesture of like jokes, he would just do gestures. So like the olden, that was like the original version of the mime would be TJ, but it would be like faster gestures.
What would I be doing? What would be my role?
I mean, you would
gestures?
Yeah.
What kind of gestures would I be doing? Would I be wearing those shoes?
What shoes?
Those gesture shoes.
How do you know what gesture shoes look like?
I just that's what
What do
popped
you
in
mean?
that's just what popped into my head when you said gesture. They were like the
You
funny shoes, like with
sweetie.
the little ball on the end. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if gestures wore funny shoes.
No? What would a gesture be?
I mean, I think that they wore, like, carny clothes.
Okay.
So that you're thinking of, like, maybe a clown shoe?
Well,
It's
just
kind of
I'm thinking of gesture shoes with bells and
so you just looked up
balls.
gesture shoes with bells, so that yeah, they look
No,
like elf
gesture
shoes.
shoes. These are what they were. Yeah, I mean, it was just
So
like
is maybe
funky.
that's where the original concept for, like, elves and stuff came from was, like, gestures.
Yeah, when you said gestures, I'm picturing those funky shoes, and that's what they are, like little hook things and everything like that.
Okay, I don't know.
So you
Eh,
picture me wearing these shoes?
yeah, I do. Anyway, why don't we talk to everybody about what we've been up to?
Um,
When did we first take the break? I can't remember. Before
um,
Thanksgiving,
yeah,
right before.
right at Thanksgiving, I think, or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yep. So December happened,
Yes.
Christmas. Well, actually, we went to Disney World. We talked
We
about going to
did.
Disney World, so we went down to Mickey's Christmas at Disney World. Family vacation.
Let's walk through, let's, like, talk let's, like, walk it out.
Walk it out.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Not just, like, zip through it. So, tell everybody about, like, where we stayed and
Yes,
all
so
that.
we went to Disney World on a family vacation for Mickey's Christmas, which only happens during December. Shut down the park. The kind of Christmas, Christmas. How would you
Christmas?
say it? Christmas size it?
Oh, I
Christmas.
would just say it's extra Christmassy.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
just extra Christmassy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they have hot chocolate and hot cider stations with cookies and special Christmas parades and everything like that. And so we went down and stayed at Port Orleans Riverside,
Yes.
and we went to Disney World. We hit Universal because Kelsey is a huge Harry Potter fan. And shout out to our friends Hope and Doug who showed us around Universal. They were kind of our tour guides
Mhm.
and had a fun time at Universal. And then we went to Epcot
Yeah.
and we rode a bunch of rides, ate a bunch of food. Kelsey got her turkey leg, and it was fun.
He's, like, fast forwarding through all the details. I'm looking at him like, "Slow down." Yeah, I loved, Port Orleans. So it's, like, kind of, I think designed around, like, Princess Tatiana. So it's supposed to, like, kind of have that, like, riverside feel, like Louisiana, the bayou. So, like, in the middle, there's this, like, big yeah, it feels like you're in a bayou, like a big river, and there's a boat, in the resort, and, they kind of have this French Quarter feel. The buildings, at least the ones that we stayed at, definitely had that. I
Definitely,
don't know if,
yeah.
like, everywhere had that, but ours definitely had this French Quarter kinda feel with the balconies and the way it looks, and, like, everywhere you go, they're playing the
Bayou music.
like your bayou music, like you're
Yeah,
down on the river.
yeah.
Um,
Tons of like walking space. Like it was
Tons of
beautiful.
walking space, which is that I loved that aspect of it because it was like, if you wanted to get up in the morning early and take walks, or I mean, you're obviously gonna be walking so much at the parks, but if you wanted to walk around your resort, it was a beautiful atmosphere to walk around. Um, I think that one of the things though is like, if you're staying on the resort and like you didn't bring a car and you just flew there, like be prepared to pay an arm and a leg for food.
Oh my gosh,
So,
everything is
I
expensive.
mean, at Port
It's
Orleans, I
ridiculous.
mean, you get in, you're getting so, basic things. And if you're going with kids, you really got to negotiate with your children about like, are you actually going to eat this? Because this costs me like $15.
Every time,
Not
okay, so
everything did,
let me
but
say this. Every time Kelsey with the girls, because you guys, every time she was like, "I want a snack. I want."
we brought my stepdaughters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have two. We brought the two daughters.
Mhm.
Every time Kelsey would say, "I need a snack," I knew that it was a $60 stop.
But it wasn't just me needing a snack. It was like they wanted a snack.
No,
Yeah.
it's when you need a
Yeah.
snack, everybody gets something and
Yeah.
it's gonna cost $60
Right.
at least,
Right.
at least. So, when I heard those words, "I need a snack" or "I need a drink," that means somebody's walking away with a pretzel and cheese and a turkey leg and
Yeah.
a bottle of water that costs $16, and it's just like ridiculous every
The
time you
bottle of water
stop.
is not okay, you're over exaggerating a little bit. So I found some tips and tricks, okay? So at the gift shop at Port Orleans, there was a big bottle of water. Anywhere at the resorts, they're gonna be like really small bottles of water. But
Like a 12-ounce bottle, I heard,
yeah, but
right?
at the gift shop, I found this double the size bottle
Yeah, 24
for
ounce.
it was 3 no, it was 3.75.
Yeah.
And
In the park, it was $4 for like a
for the
12
small
ounce
one.
for a
So we bought
small
like
one.
4 of those before we would leave every
Yeah, we
single
carry
day.
them.
And I think that that actually really helped with the water situation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, overall, the girls don't need, like, massive meals, so I felt like it wasn't too bad because, yeah, they would eat a pretzel and they would kinda feel full, but the pretzels are $9,
Uh-huh.
and they don't taste the best at Magic Kingdom, I'm gonna be honest. The best thing at Magic Kingdom that I had was those hot dogs. The hot dogs are good.
Casey's Corner.
Casey's Corner, hot dogs are solid. I think, like,
Yes.
even if you're paying the money for it,
Yep.
100% worth it. The fries were
Also
good too.
also a Dig Starlight Cafe over by
Oh,
Space
yeah.
Mountain.
Okay, me too.
Their
Yeah.
burgers, their food, their
For what
fries,
you're
for
paying,
what you're paying.
worth
Everything
it.
else,
It's just
not
alright.
worth it.
Yeah. Um,
Mediocre food.
I would
But
yeah.
I
But
think all those.
Casey's Corner and the Starlight Cafe, I think if you're gonna go there and you're gonna get food, those are the spots to hit up.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was kind of a little bit of a challenge that we had. Other than that, I mean, going in there during Mickey's Christmas, I felt like it was nice because it's a ticketed event,
It's
so there
half the
weren't as many
crowd.
people, and we had
Yeah.
no issue getting on the rides,
No.
really. It was yeah, it was
Short
really
wait
yeah,
times, like,
short wait times.
yeah,
The weather was like 70s every day.
it's
Um,
beautiful.
and then the funny part was too, like we had never gone in over to that area where what is it? It's like a circus in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's
It's like,
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know,
Circus Land,
Dumbo's
Dumbo's Big
things
Top or something.
and
So
Goofy's
we're all
ride
trying to get
and
on this goofy roller coaster ride, and everyone keeps seeing this roller coaster in the background. This huge roller coaster that looks like it's in Tomorrowland and it's running. And so we're in line and everybody keeps getting out of line to try to walk in that direction because they're like, what is this roller coaster? I've never read it. I rode it. And we did too. We were like,
you did. I
I
stayed
did
in line.
trying to walk towards it and like it's running
Yeah.
and but then we finally realized no one's on it and it's the new Tron ride.
Yeah.
And it honestly seeing it in real life, this is one of I think probably the biggest newest rides at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Would you not say that?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
it looked like a full scale large roller coaster and I think it's going to be half indoor,
That's
half
what I was just gonna say.
outdoor.
Half indoor, half outdoor.
Yeah. Looks amazing. I think it's going to be
But
like a
just
huge
watching that
attraction.
thing go, like nobody was inside, like in the roller coaster, like they're just testing it out. It just kept like on repeat,
Smooth.
smooth.
Oh
That
my
was the thing.
gosh.
It
It
just looked
was
like it was
crazy.
gliding, like
Gliding, but
just
going
like
crazy fast.
very fast, but just gliding, like no,
Yeah.
yeah, without any effort or any kind of like, I don't know, shakiness or anything. It was just like
Yeah.
just floating in the air almost. Like it
Totally.
was just crazy.
Yeah. Oh, well, oh, sorry about the food too. The turkey leg was good too. I get the
You
turkey
like the
leg. I love the
turkey
turkey
leg,
leg.
yeah.
But you know what? The fireworks were magical.
Yep.
The fireworks show was incredible. I didn't encounter any rude staff. The staff was nice
Staff was good.
the entire
Yeah.
time. I mean, I think that overall during that's the busiest time of the year from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And loved it. And then at Epcot, um it was like we got to go to Mexico. I got some really, 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 really good empanadas. I got a excellent margarita,
Margarita.
spicy one.
Yep.
Visited France, and we got to go to a German restaurant with TJ's family. His mother was gracious enough to do a reservation there, and we all got to go as a family. And
Yep.
they did a German show there, like which was really cool. They played bells and a big horn, and
Mm-hmm.
the food was so good at the German restaurant. And
Yes.
we were so grateful to spend time with family. And yeah, and then we also got to do the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which was crazy because
Everybody told us we couldn't. We
everybody
wouldn't.
said we couldn't.
Nope.
And
We're not gonna be able to
one
get
of the
on it.
people in our party, Danielle, a sweet lady, she actually because they said like, well, their queue will be open again at 1 o'clock. Try to sign up and get in to go. And she signed us up to go and we got lucky
We got
enough to
in.
be able to get in at like 8:35.
And what'd you think of the roller coaster?
So I have to say this is one of my favorite rides I've ever ridden in my life. Like I mean that. Like so going through it, you know, they have a ton of scenery like going through the line and I feel like they did a really good job at, like, keeping you entertained in the line. You really feel like you're, like, walking through, like, some space center,
Mhm.
but a very, like, modern age version of it. Like, at one point, they have, like, this city that, like, it has this hologram, like, they're talking about the city in the movie, and they show what it looks like through the seasons, and it literally was like they showed the sun rise and set on it, and it's like it looked so crazy.
Wow.
And then you get into this room and they're kind of like debriefing you about like going into this mission that they're going to use you to go through like this black hole, and it's the characters from the movie talking to you, and then they put you into they do this whole thing where they put you in an elevator, kind of like what happened at Universal, where they put you in an elevator at Gringotts and then you go up and then you go down, and they make you feel like you're experiencing something in the line, which I think
Mhm.
kind of helps because you're not just like sitting there the whole time. You feel like something's going on. um, and then, you get into it and it's very like 4D and you get like shot out and you feel like you're going through this black hole and something's coming after you. And then you zoom into like an indoor roller coaster and it felt very much like if Space Mountain was made today, this would be what it was like. And it was like the smoothest, funnest roller coaster. You are in space, all these holograms of space. At one point, you circle the moon and it feels like full, like in your face. And then they're playing like fun music the whole time. I mean, all of us were like laughing and screaming at the same time. We were
Wow.
all like everybody, you could hear everyone just like laughing and screaming. Like, I don't know. It was just like, it was a very euphoric, fun ride, like something I won't forget. So if you have a chance, I heard other people be like, "Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy ride, it's not the same as the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Disneyland." Apparently that ride is like they lift you up and then they just drop you and that's all it is. They renamed an old ride in Disneyland Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a brand new ride that is a roller coaster inside in Epcot, and I can tell that Disney is really moving towards very futuristic things. And I mean, when we had visited Universal, we felt like, wow, I mean, everything was in, wouldn't you say, 4D? Like it
Yeah.
was like you felt immersed in the ride.
Mhm.
And I think Disney's starting to feel like they need to compete with that.
Nice.
What do you think?
I mean, I didn't get to ride Guardians
But
of the
what I'm
Galaxy, but
saying,
what you're saying is true. Yes, I agree with you 100%.
what was your favorite ride at Universal?
All the Harry Potter rides were really cool. And then we did ride the Transformers ride, which was awesome.
I didn't get to do that because I was worried.
Yeah. And the Mummy ride was really cool too.
You
I really
hated the
like
mummy.
I closed my eyes during the whole thing, but the Mummy ride was cool. But funny story about getting to Universal.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things I probably don't tell people, or I've never Ubered anywhere.
Yeah, and I had, but it'd been, like, not me that made the call or, like, did anything.
Yeah. So I didn't have an Uber account or anything. So I didn't know how to work the app. I've never Ubered. So we decided to Uber to Universal Studios, and Kelsey, we set the pickup, and I don't know how to read like where this dude is picking us up. And come to find out, he's on the other side of the resort and he doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but he was so nice
He was
enough
so
to not
sweet.
to not drive away. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
he gave us at least 10 minutes, if not more, longer. I kept trying to text him like through the app, like messaging him, saying like, I'm lost. I don't know this is my first time. I don't know what's going on. And he would just kind of give me like weird
Like,
one.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I circle.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
This was
okay.
such a stressful dad moment too, and, like, it's just me and the girls, and the girls kept looking at me, and they were like, "Dad's stressed out." I was like, "Yeah, it'll work out."
And if you know me, I don't like doing things that I don't know
No,
what the hell I'm
it needs to
doing.
be planned, and I remember him
Like,
even being like, "We're gonna Uber, so we're gonna Uber." I'm like, "Yeah, like, this is the only."
and I've never Ubered before, and I'm like, no, and this stresses me out. So, long story short,
I can't believe you never Ubered before.
I don't need to Uber.
I know, it's just
I would
crazy.
all you know what? Back in the day, I mean, I would just take a taxi. Like I
Taxis don't exist anymore.
taxis
Maybe people
exist.
don't do
I
where
would
do you see a taxi on
rather
the road?
at the airport.
Okay,
I would
yeah.
rather taxi than Uber, but whatever. Or ride a bike.
Okay. But yeah, actually the man ended up being really
Very
nice. We
sweet.
finally figured it out where he was, and while we were driving, he was, like, telling us all about his children, like, in broken English, but talking about how,
He
like
didn't speak much English.
no, but
Very sweet though.
he was, like, he said, "My son, my daughter, and, like, my son," and my son's, like, going to school and, like, all this stuff. He was, like,
Mhm.
the kindest man, and then he warned us,
You
which was
should
really nice. He dropped us off at Universal, and he said, "Tonight, it'll be 3 times." And we were like, "What?"
the
And he's like,
price.
"N triple price."
Yeah.
He said, "If you try to drive like, get an Uber home." So we paid, what, 40 bucks?
Oh, yeah,
He
something
said
like
it would
that.
be, like, 200 or
Yeah,
something
to
just to
get
drive
home.
home. And so, thankfully, our friends that we met at Universal
Shout out
took
to
us
Doug.
home. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
Um,
So that Universal was amazing.
Universal was amazing. It was so
The whole trip
fun.
was great.
The whole
We didn't
trip
have any
was great.
Southwest airline problems. We made it back
Made it
before
back
that
before the
whole storm
storm.
and everything. So just
But
a great
yeah.
break. New Year's Eve was awesome.
Yes.
And now we're kicking off 2023, hitting the ground and running.
Yes.
You want to tell them what we're drinking tonight?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we are drinking
Along with this Ella's popcorn that I'm eating.
Patro Franero,
Ooh, baby, I didn't know you know
Apertissimo,
Italian.
Primitivo.
Oh.
It's kind of like a little bit of, brrr, but Primitivo, Patrofone, Apertissimo. That's not even, it's horrible, but I'm sorry if you are Italian. Um, this is a Apertissimo Primitivo. Primitivo is a Zinfandel.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 75%, no, 85%. I'm sorry, 85% Primitivo and 15% cab.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And this came in at Trader Joe's.
Just came in at Trader Joe's for
$12.99.
$12.99. I actually, when I saw it, because that's an unusual price point sometimes, honestly, for
Yeah.
a new one at Trader Joe's. They usually will be around $7, $8.99, or they'll be more in the 15
Yeah.
to upper range. So you rarely see one that's a exclusive Trader Joe's wine for around $12.99. So that kind of intrigued me. But for $12.99, and from what I've read about the specs and stuff of this wine, normally this kind of wine would retail for $25.99 and up.
Yeah, I mean,
So
this is the
you're
Puglia region um, of Italy. So great wine coming out of this region. This is sitting at 15%. So it's very, I would say, full bodied,
Yeah.
complex.
It's really got some good body to it.
Yeah. But
I like
still with the fruity notes,
Yeah, what but not
but not fruity in a
not
sense. I'm just saying.
overboard. And there's actually somebody that I work with at Trader Joe's, and I recently have been really trying to convince him that he likes the fruitier, jammier palettes. Because there's another Aptisimo that just came out recently that we purchased, and it was so fruit forward to me that I remember the newer one
Yep.
that I got. It was like
Yeah.
6 or 7.99.
Yep.
It was too jammy for me, too fruit forward for me, and it was
Hmm.
an Aptisimo. Um, but he loved it, and I was like, "You need to understand, you like jammy wine, like you like fruit forward wine." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He was, being funny with me, and I'm like, I have to have some element of it, like being more tanniny or a little
Yeah.
bit of a dry finish or something like that. I think over the years my palate has just changed, that these wines that are just a lot of fruit, a lot of jam, I can't even finish the whole bottle at this point. And I felt like that when I drank that. It was just like, it felt like an overwhelmingly amount of fruit and too much vanilla, to all that.
Very fruit forward.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you feel like that too?
I felt that one was definitely more fruit forward,
Yeah.
jammy.
And this one
This is
is,
more complex, full
yes.
bodied. Um,
You got
the
that fruit,
label's
but
cool, but this is definitely a great wine. Probably, and I've been telling people when they've messaged us,
this is really good.
this is probably one of my favorite bottles that have come out at Trader Joe's in a while.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And I know the price point is a little higher, usually, like you said, it's that $7.99, $8.99 range. But for just a few dollars more, $12.99, I really I really feel like this is one of my favorite bottles that has come out at Trader Joe's in a while. So definitely run to Trader Joe's and get this bottle if you can get your hands on it. If you like old world Italian full bodied complex wine, this is going to be your go-to. And
100%.
and even like looking at it, like 15%, I don't really just taste alcohol. That's the beauty of this wine. Like I'm really getting a lot of flavors. Um, it's more than just like a high alcohol wine.
You know
You
what
know what I
makes me
mean?
nervous though? is like I was even talking to somebody that was ordering the wine while someone else was not around, and that person was like, "Oh, I only ordered a case because I have no idea what this is." So if you go in and you see it, I would buy multiple bottles. If I see it again, I'm probably going to buy multiple bottles. That's the thing that happens sometimes is people that are ordering these wines don't always drink the wine,
They don't know
so
what they're getting.
they
They
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
they're
it, and they
getting,
don't even try it, so
and
they
they don't
don't
try it
realize how
either.
good it is.
Yeah, if they
And
don't drink
this
alcohol, then
wine, seriously, guys, this wine is incredible for the price.
really
This is, and I saw the sheet on it
easy
that you
30
brought home.
bucks.
It's
Yes.
easily a $25-$30 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So you're getting it for half off, and it drinks like a $30 bottle of Italian wine. So
Totally.
I would definitely grab a bunch when you see it.
Now I feel the pressure.
What kind of pressure do you
But I
feel?
gotta make sure next time I go to work I buy more, and then I'm like, what if they're not gonna have it?
Well, and that's the beauty about Trader Joe's too, is call another location in your city too
Yeah,
and make
there's other
sure they're
locations.
happy to hold stuff for you. So if you want, just call a store, have them hold you 6 bottles. Tell
6
them,
bottles.
tell them the Nashville Wine Duo sent you. And we
Yeah.
just actually, before we started recording this podcast, Deanna messaged us and was like, "This bottle's unbelievable." So we're
Mhm.
starting to get a lot of messages about this bottle, and you need to jump on the train and try it because you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Alright, let's talk
um,
about this popcorn that you want
dude,
to pair
and
with.
then this Italian wine with this new Snickerdoodle Ella's popcorn. It's just, it's unbelievable.
Mm.
I'm not a
It was a good pairing.
I'm not a snacky person.
Well, yeah, you are.
Not like
You're a
that.
snacky
Not
person. I wouldn't say like you're a sweet snacky
uh-uh.
person. But no, you eat some snacks. You throw down on some snacks.
But this Snickerdoodle popcorn, I don't even know how to. It's got Sri Lankan cinnamon on it, and it's a caramel Snickerdoodle popcorn. This with this red wine is probably one of the best pairings of 2023 so far.
I agree. I really liked it, and I'm not a sweet fan, but like that Snickerdoodle, I don't know. And it's not like like again, it's not
It's
like
not sweet.
sweet, 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 sweet,
Uh-uh.
sweet. You get the I don't know, like
It's the cinnamon. It's
the
a little cinnamon,
cinnamony.
and then
Yeah.
this crinquelin. I don't even know what crisp crinquelin.
Let me see what that. Let me
What is
say.
that?
Cracklin,
Crackwellin?
cracklin,
Crackwellin. What is
crisp
that?
cracklin
What is that?
in Sri Lanka cinnamon.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's cracklin.
it's amazing,
Anybody know what
and
cracklin is?
I need to have that all the time. So,
Maybe it's maybe cracklin.
so Ella's Popcorn, we'll tag them. You can order directly from their website. It's seriously like, guys, they sent us a bunch of popcorn. We're going to be talking about popcorn all month long, probably. Different episodes will showcase a different popcorn, but this snickerdoodle is bomb, and you need to order some today. So, especially if you like red
Mm.
wine paired with a nice dry red wine like the one we're talking about, and you will be happy.
Oh yeah. Yes, so good. Where can they go to buy the popcorn?
Ella's Popcorn. Ella's Popcorn.
Is that local?
No, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yep.
Well,
So yeah, just go to at Ella's Popcorn, order it, tell them the Nashville Wine Duo sent you,
oh yeah. You
and
need the wine, you need the popcorn.
yeah, get all the feels, all the things.
Yes, and next week on the podcast we are going to have Andeville Wines. They have a vineyard in Argentina. We have been promoting them and supporting them for I'd say over the last year, if not a little bit longer. They have some excellent wines that they are producing from that area, and we just love them as friends, and they're local Nashvillians.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have them on the next podcast and be talking about some of Andeville's wine. You can find their wine at all these different places. Etch, which is a wonderful restaurant.
Bottle
St.
Shop.
Goose.
St. Goose.
Yeah. So this is a local wine couple that is making wine in Argentina and selling it here in Nashville, Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and you need to try it. So
Definitely.
yes. So cheers to the new
cheers
year.
to 2023, to the season 2.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you want to be on the podcast and you feel like you have something you want to talk about, let us know.
Reach out to us.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Ella's Popcorn.
Ella's so good.
Trader Joe's wine.
Trader Joe's.
Nashville wine deal.
Woo.
Peace.